Across the country, Liberians are coming together to effect social, economic, and environmental change.
Part of what we are doing to change the narrative in Liberia, our goal for the future is to start a national recycling movement. Plastic can be a resource if it is properly recycled, and it can also come back to haunt us if we don't properly recycle it. Research from the United Nations said that by 2050, if we don't do anything about plastic pollution, there will be more plastics in the world ocean than fish. So I think this is alarming, and it calls for everyone coming together and all hands on deck to find a solution to plastic pollution.
In 2018, colleagues Bacchus Roberts and Abraham Freeman founded the Environmental Rescue Initiative, also known as ERI Liberia, an organization that is tackling plastic pollution in Liberia's underserved communities through innovation and education.
Underserved communities are the ones who bears the blunt for environmental issues, say climate change, global warming, flooding, and etc. So as such, they do not have the resources to act quickly and, for instance, take their children and family members to hospitals, and so they are more vulnerable.
And few people know this better than Abraham.
My mom actually had 10 children, and I lost 5 of my siblings to preventable diseases. And I believe that if the communities that my mom lived in was as sanitary or as clean as communities should be, I think I wouldn't have lost my siblings. Communities that are underserved, that don't have water resources, that don't have sanitation resources or sanitation, they are the ones that are mostly impacted.
Launched in 2018 as a passion project, they say they have impacted over 200 households so far across 2 disadvantaged communities, in Monrovia and here at Raymond Camp, a community located right next to the Mount Coffee hydropower plant, where both Bacchus and Abraham have full-time jobs.
There were a lot of people that came from all over Liberia and settled here. And you know, this kind of an influx brings its own social problems. And so waste management was one problem that came along with everyone. And so we had people, the community, throwing their waste in a river. And the waste will eventually enter into the equipment at the power plant, and they might damage it. And this is the power plant that provides more than 90% of Liberia energy currently. So if we had plastic as a problem, that would actually greatly impact electricity and then other infrastructures and other services. This is how majority of the citizens in Liberia have clean water. Only 5% of the population have access to pipe-borne water, so the rest of the population actually drink water, 500 milliliters of purified water in these plastics. And what the plastic does is that it somehow reduces diarrhea diseases, but at the same time, it is a massive environmental pollution problem. And this is why we are working with the community to find innovative ways of recycling the plastic. Until we find a national solution to this, we are using a community-based approach to solve this problem.
This involves mobilizing community members to collect plastic, which is then upcycled.
After we collect the plastic, we bring it to our production site, and we have 2 washing pits. We put the plastic into the first washing pit where we apply detergent, and we wash it up thoroughly because some of them come really dirty. Afterward, we rinse the plastic into another washing pit, and then we hang them up using pins. These plastics are placed on the lines to get dry, and then they are taken to the tailoring shop where we stitch them one by one.
They are also turning waste into a tool for social and economic empowerment.
We are working in remote camp community to tell them that your plastics can be used, it can be a resource, and so we teach them skills like tailoring skills, and then they use the tailoring skill to recycle the plastics into beautiful backpacks, and 35% of the income from the bag sales, the backpack sale, go to them as community empowerment. So it's a win-win situation. Their community is cleaner, and then they get some income from their plastics.
For them, this is just the beginning. In the future, they hope to impact the entire country.
We help to inspire people within our communities, giving hope to people everywhere in the world that despite what you've been through, despite what your past is, you can still gather your resources together, and then you start to rebuild your country. And this is exactly what we seek to do, to rebuild our country through recycling initiatives.